Hey, what's up, guys? How are you all? Who's here right now? iPhone, Marlin, Ship. Ship, I haven't heard from you in a while, man. How have you been? Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself, I guess. Awesome, you guys can hear me. Steve, how are you, bro? Ship, I've been good, man. I've just been doing lots of skiing, bro. I think I'm probably gonna ski again tomorrow. Pretty much all I've been doing lately is skiing. Marlin, I don't think we've met before, man. Are you new here? Nice. Well, happy that you're here. We today's looking like kind of a boring day so far to me. Just going through the watch list, not really seeing anything at all. Um so anyway though, since it's not looking like a very great day for trading, I was thinking we focus on some educational stuff. VWAP strategy, ORB strategy. Maybe we could talk about, moving averages a little bit, but I don't think we want to today. And maybe we'll see if we can find a good setup for those. So are any of you guys, I don't understand how people are texting me at 7:30 in the morning. I don't understand it. Anyway, though, are any of you guys familiar with VWAP strategies or, the ORB strategy, any of that stuff? Marlon is saying yes, he is familiar. All right, yeah, we can yeah, we'll talk about the orb strategy then, and we'll be looking for some orb setups today then as well. Anyway, so the orb strategy, it's pretty simple, man. Really, what it is? Okay, give me a second here. Hmm. Mm, nah, no. Anyway, though, basically what the orb is basically what orb stands for is just opening range breakout, right? So a lot of different opening ranges that people use for it. I would say the most common is probably 15 minutes. However, it's basically just you choose, a time frame. Usually it's between 5 and 30 minutes, right? And you let a stock form a range on open. And we know that generally opening prices are the ones with the most volume, all of that stuff, right? So that it generally has some significance behind the range that it opens up to. And then basically you would either long the break above or you would short the break below of that opening range. It really helps. Really makes you feel better, if you see an opening range tested multiple times. That's generally what people look for. So like if we see the opening range, maybe test 100 to the upside, 2 or 3 times during that 15 or 30 minutes. So I guess we'll be looking for those so we can kind of show you guys what the orb strategy looks like. Um, Besides that, though, I really don't see any setups right now, man. gonna mark this zone just because it looks pretty solid. But I don't think it's gonna break that today. Also, do any of you guys play poker? Like Texas Hold'em, whatever? You know, tournament poker, cash game poker, any of that stuff? Any of you guys? Not Mary. Yeah. INTC definitely has the potential to break out today. Ugh. I don't know if it will today though. Nice, Steve the Beeve. Isaac doesn't really play either. Nice, Sean. Yeah, I've been getting really into poker lately. I was just gonna see if anybody here plays, possibly. You know, we could play together, practice together. You know, stuff like that. Blackjack's fun. Yo, that is sick. Yeah, it definitely is, Sean. I really do enjoy it. A couple of my really close friends got me into poker, and I love it now. Blackjack is fun. The thing I don't like about blackjack that much is that it's just all luck, you know? I'm not a big fan of that. But that is super cool that she used to be a dealer, Mary Rose. That's sweet. I feel like that'd be a really fun job to have. Oh no, why'd she say it was stressful? IWM is definitely forming a range that we can play here. Usually, I haven't really been trading the big indices lately. I was really only trading, you know, big ETFs like that, you know, when the market was kind of selling off and stuff. It was just safer, more liquid. Wasn't as stressful when all that was going on. Yeah, that makes sense, Mary. That's kind of wild though. If INTC does go long here, might grab it to the upside here, guys, above 52.25. Anyway, though, now that we've talked about the orb strategy, basically what I'm looking for is I'm looking for stocks that do not have a very big opening range, right? So we're looking for opening ranges that aren't really big up or down, you know, kind of just chopping along. Not really seeing any of that yet today. I usually only use the 15-minute orb. Never really used anything else. Oh no, it works for me. Anyway, with some of these stocks that'll be making big moves one way or the other, such as Zoom today, with Zoom making a big push upwards beginning of the day today. If it keeps on pushing upwards like this, guys, yeah, exactly, Sean. That's pretty much the only one I really use. Anyway, though, with Zoom continuing to push upwards like this, if it does continue to push up a little bit longer, we can definitely think about using the VWAP strategy on it, which is really similar to the Elliott waves. Anybody here familiar with, you know, Elliott wave trading? If not, it's totally fine. No, yeah, it's not necessary to know. You know, I traded the majority of my life without understanding them at all. But it's basically, you know, if you just think of like a simple ABCD type of pattern, you know, it's basically what you should be thinking of. Anyway, though, very similar to the Elliott wave. Right? We can, wait for a pullback to enter Zoom. We'll be looking to enter right around VWAP here. So we'll be watching that. INTC is really close though, guys. I think a little bit more of a risky entry, 52.25. Looks pretty solid to me on INTC here. We'll probably be holding it up until that 52.7, then probably trim some there, whatever. And then we'll replay that break as well. Anyway, let's wait to see if INTC can break out of this here. Looks like, it formed a big resistance here, pre-market, and it just tested off it again, which is what we like to see. So I will be looking at INTC 115. Probably, do we want to go? Yeah, we'll go 52.5. So we'll play it a bit safe. No, you could go. Sorry, guys, I'm doing some quick math in my head right now. You know what we're gonna go with? We're gonna go with those 122. So actually next week expiration 53 calls if it breaks. We're not entering right now, but that's what we'll pick up if it breaks. Anyway, let's look at Zoom here. I don't think Zoom necessarily had a big enough push upwards for me to want to play VWAP on it. I was hoping it would be a good example for you guys, but sadly it was not. We'll go through the watch list, I guess, while we're waiting for INTC. If somebody just wants to watch INTC and let me know if it gets close to breaking again, that would be very kind. Yeah, it looks like Visa will be a prime candidate. I haven't had my coffee yet today. Anyway, though, it looks like Visa is going to be a prime candidate for the VWAP strategy as well. Big push downwards. We'll wait for it to, come back and test VWAP, and then we'll short it. Yeah. Looks solid. So you got to remember, guys, also, the VWAP strategy is very different from INTC. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. She's close. We'll be keeping an eye out for her. Anyway, though, it's very different than, a lot of the momentum trades that I generally do. I really only trade, momentum for the most part. Pretty much just breaks the support resistances, whatever. So VWAP strategy is a lot different than that, and it requires a bit more patience. Just because, it's more so like a range trading type of deal. It's not so much momentum, so you aren't going to see, the quick price improvement on your contracts, all that stuff that we usually would. So that's something to keep in mind. That's why I really don't range trade very often, if at all. I'm thinking really the only range trade I took in the past, probably 5-6 months was on Home Depot. But that was more so like a long-term swing range trade, so not quite as stressful. But that was really the only range trade I've taken in a long time. We might want to play Boeing's break here. Like when I say maybe, I'm like very skeptical about it. Yeah, we won't play that. Anyway, though, have I been making sense with the whole orb strategy, VWAP strategy, all that stuff? Have I been making sense? I feel like, when I explain things, it makes sense in my head, but then a lot of times, like people don't understand it or it doesn't actually make sense. And, you know, thanks, Isaac. I appreciate it. Home Depot is a fun stock to trade, man. I mean, some of my great, Sean. I'm glad I'm making sense, at least to somebody. Okay. INTC is getting weak on us. Such a boring market. Even yesterday too. There was really no good setups yesterday. Caught Facebook for that gnarly. It was like 60%. You know what I mean? On Facebook yesterday, I guess we caught like that 60% trade on it. But besides that, the past 2 days, market's been really just in a weird spot. Okay. Um, Virgin Galactic, huh? Some of this stuff, man, I just don't understand. Like, how is this company even publicly traded right now? Makes no sense to me. For example, though, SPCE, we will be watching that for VWAP strat. Looks really solid. Roku's on a tear. It's been on a tear lately, I don't think I want to play it, but looks like Visa and MasterCard are weak. I wonder if it's some sort of news or if it's just, bond rates increasing, or I think treasuries aren't treasuries up today, guys? From what I saw, I don't follow them that closely, but I know I have a couple buddies that yeah, I thought they did well, Steve DeBeeve. I have a couple buddies that, sell treasuries and stuff, and they're fun people, man. I just it's not for me. I am not a big treasury guy. Some of these companies that I have, like I barely even know what they are. If you want to learn more about corp and muni bonds, man, it is a freaking grind. There's so much more that goes into them than I understand. Uh, yeah, like part of the CFA, is understanding those, and with what I've been doing lately, man, getting the CFA, it is a freaking pain, dude. Um, Bonds are popular though, especially with people that don't trust the markets, stuff like that. They're really great. Now, I don't suggest buying bonds. I'm not a bond guy just because, we see US equities perform so much better than bonds, generally speaking, and of course, bonds have their place. Every folio should hold bonds, but I don't know. I've never been like their biggest fan. I feel like if you're trying to protect your money or stuff like that, there's better ways to do it. Yeah, exactly, Steve. Exactly. You know, and I do think there's better ways to protect your money against inflation and all of that stuff than bonds. You know, like for example, I think precious metals are always good. Um, all of that stuff. Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've heard very mixed things about Bitcoin. Some people in the financials think that it's going to be huge. Some people, you know, think that it's going to just be another bubble that pops. And it's definitely run up a lot. Chewy above 101. Let me check it out for you, Tony. I'm sorry today's so boring, guys. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be apologizing. I don't control the market, but it is pretty boring. Let's see here. You're talking about this right here, like 101 point, like right there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's go to the 5 minutes. Maybe there's more on the 5 minutes. I don't see necessarily much there, personally. But you know, I mean, you can play it if you want. I probably won't. Why does Intel have to do this? I just wanted to long you. Jeez, tough world. Seems like smaller than usual volume on, some of the major indices today. Energy's up though. Jeez, Steve, what a legend. That's like a 30,000% gain. Yeah, exactly, man. 52.7. I even like 52.25, into 52.7. Sadly, though, lately the market has just not been doing what we want it to do. Really peeves me off, man. I am happy though, because I did, pretty much slam my weekly goal yesterday, with Facebook. So I'm not necessarily worried about money, but it would be nice, extra vacation stuff, or, maybe a new car or something. I don't know. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen that the new Ford Bronco or whatever, not Ford. Wait, is it a Ford? I don't think so. Whatever that Bronco is that just came out. It's like the 2020 Bronco. Dude, I'm a big fan of it. Oh, it is a Ford Bronco. That's what I thought. Yeah, actually, my guy just put me on the. Yeah, Tony, I know. I'm a Jeep guy. I do have a Jeep. But my guy just put me on the list for the new 2021 that just came out. So I'm kind of pissed. I was really excited. It was supposed to be out in like December. Like I should have already had it by now. But it's freaking pushed back to like March now. I don't know. It's COVID and deliveries, all that stuff. So Mary, yeah, basically from my knowledge, Elon Musk tweeted to buy Signal, but he wasn't talking about the stock. You know, they're talking about the app. And so it was a big misunderstanding with investors and all that stuff. And from what I know, but when did you buy Signal? Did you buy it like a while ago or? Okay, so yeah, exactly, Steve. I love Elon Musk. He's freaking awesome. Isn't he like the richest man in the world now? Okay, so you got restricted shares. How long are they restricted for, Mary Rose? Oh, it came off already. But TD has rules. Like, what type of rules do they have? Are you serious? Sheesh. You cannot be happy, I'm sure. Oh my gosh, so you can't just, yeah, I was gonna say, because if you really wanted to protect yourself, right, you can just, yeah, you could just basically short the same amount that you have in it right now, and then every movement would just be zero for you. There'd be a little bit of that weird, I don't even know what they call it, but there's some weird time decay. I was just learning about this, where like if you do short and long the same time, you will like slowly lose money, but like very slowly. INTC, will he break? We're watching. Anyway, though, Mary, I am so sorry. What is it doing now? I'll look at it in just a sec after we see if INTC wants to break here. Remember, guys, once again, 122, $53 calls. Dropping like a stone. Shoot. Well, why do you own the shares in the first place? You like the company? All right, guys, bit risky entry, but we're going to enter half a position here. INTC will enter more if it breaks above that other. So I just bought 122, $53 calls for 1.72, guys. I think I got a bad entry on that. You guys can probably beat me there on the entry side of things, but we'll have stop loss. That's tight. We'll just have the 52.25 stop. Um, Once again, we're playing this up to that 52.7 mark. We might probably actually TP before then and then re-enter. What do you mean a holdover from your OTC days? Explain that to me. A bag. I'm okay. Did you like work for some company and they would assign shares as part of your pay grade? Oh, part of the merge. Oh, so you held a different. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. All right, guys. We're up on Intel bigly. I think we're up like $3 per contract. Wow. Ha ha ha. I'm joking. Well, now we wait, guys. 52.7. That's when I really want to enter a position. This 52.7 mark. It's really solid. So we'll be waiting for that. At least we're getting some sort of action right now with Intel. Another thing to look at is Intel seems to be performing pretty well with tech looking really weak. So that's something to be excited about. Big volume on that break too. We're chilling. Thanks, Mary. Yeah, it's difficult with those long terms, right? Because we do want a good entry. However, at the same time, I really do try and just not look at it. You know what I mean? I really I look at it and I'm not looking at the actual price. I'm looking at dividends, all that stuff, and I'm basically all I'm looking at them for is to rebalance, because these are things that I'm planning on holding for forever. Really, really all it is passive income. Guys, I'm thinking I'm gonna TP this here, for a little meager gain. Take profit here, and then we'll re-enter above that 52.7. Sound good, guys? Cool. So I entered INTC at 1.72 and we sold at 1.83. So what is that? Like 8% gain? If anybody played, did anybody play INTC with me? Cool, Isaac. Yeah. Yours only gained $3. That is so sad. Bad entries all around. Mega sad. Cool. 1.74 to 1.2. I think that's exactly what I got, Mary. I did. Oh, okay. I got 1.72 to 1.83. Yeah, small trade, whatever. On to the next. I'm not complaining about it though. Yeah, I think it ended up, what is that? If that 1.72 to 1.83, that is what, $11 divided by 1.83. No, 1.72. Oh gosh, guys, I can't do that math in my head. Let me see what percent it was. So yeah, it was a 6% trade. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, though, Mary, if you're saying JPM's been doing well, you gotta. I mean, did you enter Zoom with me, right? Or not Zoom, Zion, when I first signaled it for equity? Because Zion's up 21% right now. Yeah, I mean, we signaled it just basically as soon as the portfolio. We started doing that together. We're up 21% though. Anyway, though, since guys, I opened up this kind of weekly dividend strategy, choosing stuff like that. We are currently down 1.7% on AT&T, down 6% on Boeing, up 9% on Chevron, up 2.45% on Cisco, up 12% on JP Morgan, down 2.7% on Lockheed Martin, up 8% on MFC, up 5.5% on Merck. We're at break even on Pfizer right now. We are down 4% on O, up 1.21% on Shaw, and we are up 21% on Zion Bank, for a total of being up 2.7% on our account within what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I mean, I'm really happy about it. I'm really happy about it. But you know, we aren't looking at the percentage gains. We're looking at the dividend gains. Steve is scalping the Qs for 50-cent gains. I love that. Shoot, Mary. You got to get them all. That's how the dividend system works, you know? You got to own all of them or none of them. Or I mean, you start adding into it. Oh, did we? Oh, we didn't miss it yet. Okay, it didn't break yet. Okay. Let's just do a little check here. Make sure this is actually a line we want along. It looks good. It looks really good. All right, guys. Get ready to rumble. This is a possible swing trade, by the way. RSI is high, so a little bit scary, but not really. So we're basically going to buy those same contracts that we just had. Looks like for a more expensive price now, sadly. That's all right, though. Anyway, though, we got those 122, $53 calls that we're going to buy to open. It looks like it's going to be right around 2.0. I'm going to buy. How many of these do I really want to buy? Yeah, okay. Cool beans, guys. We're just waiting for the break here, and then we will enter. Let's wait a second here. It looks like a false breakout. Might not be, though. 52.74 will be our... Okay, yep, we're in now. Okay, I just entered, and I'm in at 2.03. Possible swing. Yeah, I don't really think I have anything else to say about it. Possible swing trade. So let's check out our TP targets really quick, and then we'll be outie here looking for more. I mean, theoretically 54.94, whatever. We'll probably be looking for something a bit closer, though. We'll probably end up using pivot points for the TP mark, to be honest. What is this? 53.1? 53.1 sounds good to me. Or whenever we're not liking the volume or the movement or anything anymore. So, all right, guys. Steve DeBeeve is in at 2.03 as well. Let's protect those meagerly gains that we had from those last contracts that we bought. Yeah, we'll just have like that 52.7-ish stop loss. Oh my gosh, guys, we're up $5 per contract. It's incredible. $6 per $7 per contract. Oh no. Now we're only up $3 per contract. It's funny. Yeah, you're just gonna keep that like 52.7-ish support, Tony. Write it out all the way. Yo, Isaac, why don't you be signaling your trades, bro? I just saw that you caught that 100% bagger yesterday. Why don't you signal these guys? Also, yes, I see that you appreciate the easy money. I appreciate it as well. Thank you. Oh, that was from Grails. I see. Is Grails on here, dude? I haven't talked to that kid in forever, too, man. Some of you guys have been here from the very start, and I love it. Eduardo. I know Eduardo. Eduardo, we've talked before, right? I feel like I remember you. Ship. Of course I know Ship. Ship's been there from the very beginning. Tony, of course I know Tony. Steve, of course I know Steve. Sean Fulnoff. I feel like Sean, you've been in our chat for a while, right? I feel like we've talked before. Anyway, Samson, I feel like I talked with before too. Nicholas, I don't think I've met you before. Nice to meet you. Mary Rose, who the heck is that? Ha ha ha, just joking. Mary Rose is the best. Okay, yeah, I thought so, Sean. I just didn't recognize the last name. Jacob Bowen, nice to meet you. Ike, nice to meet you as well. Danila Byton. I feel like you just kind of joined kind of recently, like 3 months. I don't remember exactly, but hello. If we haven't talked before, nice to meet you. Chandon, of course I know you. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah, like a month or so. Okay, cool. Great seeing all of you guys. Anyway, while we're just kind of sitting here watching, not really doing much, we're not really stressing, we're just kind of chilling. Anybody got any questions about trading, about stocks, about wealth, how to make money, any of that stuff? Whoa, look at this, guys. MasterCard just bounced clean off of my line that I had, John. 338. Let's check it out. Maybe we short it below. It's been on quite the dip, though, so maybe not. Looks solid, though. I don't know. Yeah. I don't really want to stress out about a play right now. I'm really not feeling that way. Anyway, though, guys, you guys got questions. We aren't going to do MasterCard, by the way. You guys can do it if you want. It looks solid to me, but I'm not going to. Anybody got questions, though? Trading, how to make some cash, what is the meaning of life, maybe. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I would argue the chicken came first, but you know how it goes. Dude, no chance. Oh, okay, so that's the issue, Ship, is you can't have chickens without eggs. No, you can't have, wait, you can have a chicken without an egg, but you can't have an egg without a chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like it's impossible. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Want to learn more about spreads? Okay, we can talk really briefly about spreads. Meaning of life. Wow, man. You know, I will tell you one thing. Money is definitely not the meaning of life, man. It's something that I think I will always be after. But the more I get, the more I'm like, sheesh, this stuff really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? What really matters though is like the freedom and the stuff that you're able to do with the money. I think the relationships you're able to build with the money you have, all of that stuff. But money just sitting in your bank account, man, I mean, it's kind of worthless to me. At least some people would probably disagree with me. Meaning of life, though, I would say, what would I say about the meaning of life? I would say that it is to be happy, love other people, I'd say be a good person, however strange, I always hate when people say, oh, is that guy a good person? Because like what are we basing that on? Like what are we comparing a good person to? You know what I'm saying? But dude, INTC is doing pretty well right now. I'm gonna take some off the table, maybe. Tough decisions. Yeah, I'm just gonna take like 1/3 off the table of INTC here. Whatever. It just looks like it's stalling out a little bit. So I just sold 1/3 of my position for 2.12. So what is that? That's like 6% gain that time too. Geez, what is with all these 6% INTC gains? Anyway, I would hold, guys, honestly. I mean, it looks solid. Broke through. Just keep that 52.7 resistance or support as your stop loss. Yeah, bank interest is trash. Do I got any good finance podcasts? Sheesh, I haven't listened to a podcast in forever. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Good finance podcast, man, that's difficult. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. That's difficult. That is difficult. I don't think I have anything for you, Danila. I haven't listened to a podcast in quite some time, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. Anyway, though, Mary Rose is asking about debit and credit spreads. I will phrase this first off with, yes, I have traded spreads before. However, it is not my favorite strategy. It's just a lot too complicated for me, and it limits a lot of stuff when you start trading debit spreads. Um, I would say that I have a pretty good knowledge of them, though. Here's the deal: it's like you look on options, not credit. You're just wondering about debit. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Tony, that would be good. That is kind of something we're looking at. Like this pullback does look healthy. Low volume on the pullback too. So, we're holding. I would say, yeah, you look at the people on options action, all of that stuff. I Credit spreads are great because here's the deal. A lot of the times, right, when you're setting up a play, you are not, theoretically you buy a call option and you have the unlimited percent gain. Theoretically you can make 1,000%. Most of 99% of the time you will not hold it to 1,000%, right? Generally people will be taking profit 50, 60, 70, 100%, right? Um, and so basically that's kind of what debit spreads take advantage of is they kind of say, well, I don't really care about having the unlimited amount possible gain percentage, right? So basically what happens when you set up a debit spread is you buy a contract with, a high premium. So let's say we were setting one up on INTC, we would buy a, 53 call, but then we would sell maybe a 55 call, right? So we buy a premium that's maybe $100 and we'll sell one that's 50, right? So that makes our net play only cost, maybe $50 or so, right? And so basically how it works is when you do that, you do have a set gain that you can have possible, right? There's a certain price that if INTC goes above, it'll hit you at your maximum gain, and anything above that, your maximum gain doesn't change. However, in exchange for having a set maximum gain, basically you are able to trade this thing, say INTC, with a cheaper premium, so only $50, right? Because we bought $100 premium, sold the $50 one to make our total only $50, instead of having that unlimited gain, but actually having to pay that full $100 for the contract. Does that make sense, Mary Rose? Yeah, you could do that, Mary Rose. However, a lot of times when you set up these spreads, it's kind of like a joint deal. So a lot of times, I mean, depending on your broker for sure, sometimes you won't be able to sell just one leg. Sometimes you'll have to sell either both or none. You know what I mean? You can. That's good. And so yeah, I mean, once again, I don't know why you would necessarily sell one leg, but keep the other one. I don't see a really big reason to do that. But I'm sure there's reasons for it. Anyway, guys, MasterCard, Visa, they are setting up the VWAP strategy. Basically, what we'd be looking for is bounce off of VWAP. We buy there, probably take profit right around here. So we'd be looking for maybe a dollar gain or a dollar move, whatever. Um, yeah, so basically that's, why you would pick up a debit spread. I've never been a big fan of them. You know, and another thing about debit spreads is it's really, I don't find it very practical at all for scalping where I'm taking profit at, 10, 15, 20%, and I am, you know, stopping loss at 5, 10, 15%, you know? So I don't see a big, I really don't see any use for it at all in scalping. Um, exactly. If you're looking for swinging, more so long-term stuff, it makes total sense in my head to do a debit spread. Like it just makes sense, you know? If you're just buying a single, call or put, it doesn't seem like the greatest idea compared to doing a debit spread and stuff. Anyway, though, what if the stock goes down on a call debit? Would you buy more of the buy leg to lower your costs on that leg while the sell leg goes up? I suppose you could, Mary. I mean, hmm. I guess you could. I don't know necessarily how that would work. By the way, INTC at 6% again, guys. I guess you could, and it would basically just be averaging down. I would think though that you would possibly want to have, a balance between those sell legs and those buy legs, right? I would figure that you'd want some sort of balance between them. I don't know that much about spreads though. I know the basics. You know, that's about it. Ooh, INTC booming. Yay, INTC. Woo. INTC at 2.2. Let's wait and see if the bid ask closes up a little bit because it's kind of far right now. Let's see if it closes up a little bit and then we'll take profit, or we can take profit here too. I'm gonna, yeah, I'll take profit here on INTC. 10% gain. Nothing wrong with a quick 10% gain. Who played that with me? Please tell me somebody played it with me. I was kind of frustrated, to be honest, yesterday, guys. Caught that like 70% Facebook trade, and then none of you guys were able to catch it. And I was like, oh, I just want to make you guys money. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, I just took profit on INTC. Feel free to hold. Um, Attaway Mary Rose. I'm glad that you caught it. Chandon, did you play INTC with us? Okay, so yeah, I just took profit on all of it at 2.2 for that quick and easy 10% gain. I'm glad you were able to play it, Chandon, as well. Any of the new people here that I haven't quite talked to yet, such as Jacob Bowen, Nicholas. Yeah, I think those are the only new people that I know of here. How did your wait, Steve? What broker do you use, bro? I don't understand that very much. How it filled at 2.15. Think of shit. That's funny, man. Yeah, okay, Chandon, what entry did you get on it? So I got a 2.03 average on mine. No chance, dude. Yeah, you beat me, Chandon. I'll get you next time, my guy. Steve's getting them Robin Hood fills. Danila's in at 1.95. Wicked, Danila. Well done. Yeah, take profit, guys. Feel free to send the profits in the profit section. I guess that's two trades today. 6% on INTC and then a 10% one on INTC. So not bad, guys. Not bad. I am happy about it. Well, guys, well done. I'm glad we were able to catch 2 at least. You know, it's just been a weird market so far this week. You know, stocks have been in just weird spots, man. So I'm glad we were able to catch what we did. I wonder how emerging markets are doing right now. Shimmy Crickets, what a gap down they had. That's wicked. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm probably going to be out here. I don't see really any other setups coming right now. You know, I don't really have anything else I'm watching. Only thing would be possibly, you know, VWAP on MasterCard or Visa. But, you know, they aren't looking very solid right now. Maybe Visa. I don't know. We won't do it. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm going to call it there for today. It was fine, I guess. Not a good day, but whatever. There's always better out there. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I might be skiing. Yeah, I'll see you guys though. It was a pleasure as always. I love talking with all you guys. See ya.